What's good, New York City, and all places and boroughs and corners around the Glido? It's your boy Dotmannn. I got my co-host Chloe. Y'all know what this is. It's the BX Show, the newest podcast, the dopest podcast, the most intuitive podcast. Y'all already know what it is, man. And we're here on the 4th episode, you know what I'm saying, with me and Chloe. We're going to talk about a couple of things today, man. I know, the last few episodes we've been having guests. But as for right now, we ain't got a guest right now. We may have a special guest coming through a little later. But for right now, it's just me and Chloe. We're going to talk about a couple of things, man, on this show. Let y'all know how we feel about a few topics. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in the world. And we really didn't talk about this before, Chloe, but we touched on it on the last episode when we had a moment of silence. When we had Mr. Tommy 5000 El Poquito de Oro in the building. We touched on the whole Nipsey Hussle situation, gave him a moment of silence, man. R.I.P. Neighborhood Nip. I just want to touch on just the amount of love and unification that's been going on out here in these hoods, man, between, I say, people of color, not just black people, but people of color, black people specifically, and specifically gangs, man, across the nation, unifying from Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, Gangsta Disciples, with other sets around the city, and it's a beautiful thing. And I just want to touch on how it's crazy how Nip has had this effect on people. Chloe, I mean, what do you get out of this? How do you feel about this?
I see that he's a legend, and me per se, like I really haven't heard his music. I heard of him. I really didn't know too much about him.
Right.
But to know what I know now about him, one thing that really touched me was one thing that Steve Harvey has said. Do you know what he would have been in like about 10 years from now?
Absolutely.
To know all the things that he's done because he wanted to do, and to know that he wanted to do it is something, that you actually feel, because there's not a lot of people that want to do things. And to know that that was in his heart to help his hood, anybody on the block that needed something or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And it was just a lot. It was just too much. I know everybody knows the story, and Lauren,
Yeah, Lauren, shout to Lauren London, shout to his seed and all that. Standing real strong.
I could just imagine how you feel, my love, and wow. Just me saying it right now is just hurting me. And it's a blessing, and I love that tattoo that you got. What? That shit was hot. She had got a tattoo. You seen the tattoo?
No, actually didn't.
Yeah, she got a tattoo of him, and then she said, you always see, whenever you see me, you always see him.
Right.
That shit was beautiful.
No,
and give that up to her.
No, it's been super duper. I mean, even from a lot of rappers have been really showing their love too. Like, undeniable love, like The Game,
yeah,
Snoop, and even rappers across the country from the East Coast to the West Coast. And back to Nip, it's funny, like going back to what you said about not relating to his music as much as people might expected you to be, being the outpouring of love he's getting now. There's always the naysayers like, oh, everybody want to jump on the bandwagon now. You wasn't really a fan of Nip. Listen, everybody's aware of Nip. I was definitely aware of him. I can admit myself that I wasn't a big as a fan of other people. I was aware of him, you know what I'm saying? And I thought he was okay. That was just my opinion, so I really didn't follow him that much. You know what I'm saying? But I was definitely, as his career grew, I kind of liked his music more. And when I heard some of the songs from his Victory Lap album, I believe he got nominated for a Grammy for that. I was like, nah, Nip on it right now. I say he's really, you can see how his style and his music progressed, and his mind absolutely elevated as his music did. As you can tell by all of the endeavors that he had, from having the marathon store and the other center he was trying to build related to stem cells, so it could be like a liaison between
that's
Silicon Valley and the hood. And it's just so many things that he had his hands in, man. But he was almost, you can say, like an angel. I can't front. I was kind of touched by his death too. It was bothering me. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it was more like a pride issue. I don't know what the story was specifically, but I just know that I guess he told that guy something, and then the guy wanted to come back and retaliate.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. Like, still, just knowing who he was, like, I don't know why he would want to do something to
It's you know,
a legend.
we don't even
You know
know
what I mean?
which
Like,
one is correct, but there's two narratives, and I guess one of them would be correct because the first narrative is the homeboy came up and introduced himself as a rapper. Didn't know whether it's the first narrative or the second, either way, but one of the narratives is homeboy came and introduced himself as a rapper. The walked up, came back and shot Nip. The other narrative that most people are familiar with is that Nip shouted him out like, "Yo, fam, you a snitch, you ain't good around here, man." You know what I'm saying? Telling them dudes, whatever like that. And homeboy left and came back. That sounds more believable to people from the hood because we know where they go down. If you heard somebody cry, somebody go get a gun and shoot you for blowing cigarette smoke in their face. You know what I'm saying? I know people who shot somebody after getting cigarette smoke thrown in their face. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
That's scary.
Yeah, so somebody saying something like that on the West, how they get down, it's just so senseless, and that's where it brought people together. I think that's what I mean as far as him being an angel, because people die every day. Dudes in the hood die every day, you know what I'm saying? Senseless deaths such as that. But it's something about Nip. The more people who see the interviews and see where his mind was at, it's almost looking at the dude like, damn, why I had to happen something like that? He didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People...
He didn't.
He didn't deserve that. It just was so senseless. But the conspiracy theories, I'm not even going to get into, did the government pay the guy? It's a conspiracy that the government paid him, or he was just a lone wolf.
I don't believe that.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this, he definitely wasn't a lone wolf. He definitely didn't come up with this plot by himself. I say that. Regardless of what happened that day, whether he called him a snitch or he came and introduced himself as a rapper, that guy didn't come up with the plan and say, I'm going to kill Nipsey Hussle today on his own, and I'm going to stand on that one. Wherever that leads to.
Like,
he didn't make that plan. He just wasn't right. Like, I'm shooting. Like, it wasn't instantaneous.
What you mean by that? Yeah, but I don't know this. I don't even know what the whole situation was. I don't know. Is that guy from the area? Like,
they say that he's actually a gang member, right? I guess you know. If I'm not mistaken, he's actually rolling 60s, because Nip was part of the 60s, right? Is triple O 60s, right?
And what I feel like it probably would have happened. This is just like something maybe like common sense, I would say.
Yeah.
But like, maybe he approached them. He did feel embarrassed of whatever his response was towards him.
Right.
And then explained it to somebody, and they probably was like laughing at him and made him feel like shit. You know what I mean? Because I think more when people have a pride, that they feel embarrassed or ashamed or something, I guess that would be a reason for him to want to retaliate.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's more likely in the hood, right?
Because it's not like anything else. I don't think it has to do with money or this and that. I think it's just more like the nigga was just embarrassed and felt like his pride. He just felt like a fucking pussy ass nigga. You know what I mean?
So you feel like it just at that moment he made that decision. You don't think nothing was plotted.
My opinion, I don't think it was plotted.
At that moment.
I think at that moment he just felt like,
was something instantaneous.
He just feels like he felt like shit. And I tell you one thing, I feel like he definitely regrets it. Excuse me.
And then, even going further, that he has this guy, bless your love, this guy that used to was a prosecutor on O.J. Simpson's case, Christopher Darden. He has him represent. He's a high-profile lawyer. I understand he hasn't been in the news lately.
So he's like a Johnny Cochran type of thing?
Yeah, he was. He was the prosecutor. Johnny Cochran was part of the defense. So him, Marshall Clark, a couple of other guys was a part of that prosecution, which they sadly lost to Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran's brilliance. R.I.P. J. Cochran.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so moving forward related to Nip, it's just beautiful how this unification is coming together. And my thing is, like, I don't want these guys how they coming together and you're tying your flags together and things of that nature. And then next month, when things are kind of die down, you're back to wanting to shoot each other for stepping on each other's foot or looking at somebody the wrong way or for this frivolous nonsense. If this can be the point where people stop the nonsense, it'd be a beautiful thing. It's all the way up from here.
Yeah.
And I actually posted that on Facebook. I said, listen, if people can keep this unity and really be about unity, and we see like killing stop, the senseless killing, I mean, it ain't gonna stop in one day, but if we can keep this unification and how these guys are having these speeches and they saying, instead of just listening here at this speech and us talking the talk, take this back to your neighborhoods, take this attitude back to your neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to tell these little dudes, nah, y'all wrong, but let's change this narrative, man. Yeah. Let's change this narrative, man. Stop shooting at them dudes up the hood. Let's have a barbecue, invite them dudes from up the way down, boom, boom, and let's like get this unity going. If that can really happen, and that can like really start something really big, man, among the black community, it'd be a beautiful thing. So yeah, it's that kind of movement, man. I hope to see something like that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It'd be beautiful.
And it's crazy because now that you're saying that, I'm remembering little bits and pieces about Nipsey Hussle, like of things that he was creating as,
Right.
you know, and one of them was like, I think he wanted a lot of peace and unity and you know, like there's a lot more to it. And he was doing stuff across the country, you know what I mean, dealing with Dr. Sebi. There was more to it, like. Wow, this is sad.
Oh, no,
he was such a
absolutely.
significant person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Steve Harvey show that I had seen about him kind of like opened my eyes, and Steve Harvey said, I don't know exactly what it was, but he was a foundation or something for people to grow better, for young guys. So I don't know the detail, but if you look it up on Steve Harvey, he was mentioning about it, and that's just crazy.
No, absolutely.
Because exactly what you said, what you wish would have happened, that's one of the things that he was creating.
No, absolutely.
You know?
And related to Dr. Sebi, like I said, it's, you know, R.I.P. Nip again, Neighborhood Nip. People already know that he was creating a documentary about him. And me specifically, let's go into Dr. Sebi real quick. Was aware of Dr. Sebi. I was aware of the case that he won against the Supreme Court. And I believe 87, you know what I'm saying, that he had to prove that he had cures for these diseases. And he had to they told him to bring 7 or 9 people, and he brung 77 people. So I was aware of that. I was definitely aware of that years ago. But like I said, if they're not pushing it, constantly feeding, the media feeds you so much. It's always about the newest thing. Even though how important Dr. Sebi was before they, you know what I'm saying, before he died, before he succumbed to pneumonia. So to speak, they say that, but I think his death was by other means, not pneumonia, because he went to jail. All of a sudden, he's wanted to help his guys on the planet. The man was 80 years old, could jump on his knees, jump on the table on his knees, and jump back up on his feet with no problem. So he was definitely in great health for an 80-year-old man, and he practiced what he preached. And Nick Cannon actually supposed to continue to make that documentary too. So salute to Nick. We wish Nick stay safe out here because, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just related to that, even if it's a conspiracy or not. People know, like I said, nobody wants people to be able to hear themselves or go into some rogue witch doctors in these villages in Honduras and places like Grenada and getting healed of these diseases and stuff. So, but
it's sad how what is it? Like they're underestimating the power of what natural stuff can actually do. Like,
no, absolutely.
And it's not even. You know what it is? I know they believe it. It's just that they want to make money. So they're like, we can't show these people this and then that's it. We ain't making no bread. Because all these manufacturers, all these like pharmaceuticals that's out there, they need to have medicine to be able to stay running. You know what I mean?
Oh no, they need sales.
Exactly.
They need sales. They're making the medicine.
The fake medicine or whatever. It's probably all sugar pills. I swear. Every single pill is probably a sugar pill. Maybe one got a little salt and pepper in it. But that's it. You know what I mean?
It's really amazing. So the pharmaceutical industry in itself, just has its soul in the matrix anyway. It's just for a whole nother show, but we're supposed to be living off of natural herbs and fruits
definitely. You feel so much better
and grains and things of the earth. That's going back thousands of years how people survive. So we're not supposed to be eating meat. And I think another thing related to the whole NIP and then the Dr. Sebi being brought to the light again, people are constantly making posts about eating healthy, going vegan and stuff like that. Even myself saying I got to stop the meat and been trying to eat differently and stuff like that. It's a hard task, but it's all about just trying to live a healthy life, right? People just don't want to eat what you want and then you have a heart murmur or God forbid something else happen because of your diet. And everything is related to diet, so it just makes a lot of sense. And he was bringing a lot of awareness to that through Dr. Sebi. And it's dope, you know what I'm saying? But even fast forward, briefly we'll talk about what's the latest? The Mueller report, huh? The Mueller report came out.
Yeah, the Mueller report.
And as of lately, we have all the Trumpeteers. They have their MAGA hats and they're running around blowing their kazoos like maniacs, ranting and raving on social media about how there's no collusion and there's no obstruction of justice. Okay, we get it. But there has been a lot of things that has been taken out of the report. Whether I'm speaking literally or figuratively, from what I've read, there's been things that have been taken out of the report. It's related to things that's just real political. I can go into my phone and read a couple of things regarding that, but I'll just say that the report does say no collusion, no obstruction of justice for the most part, but that does not take away who Donald J. Trump is as a man and a person.
Yeah.
And for people to support that, I say says a lot about them. You know, when you constantly want to badger Obama, the first black president, and we're not going to even just say because he's black, you should salute him. It's about what he stood for, his policies, a lot of things he did, a lot of things he couldn't do, a lot of things they stopped him from doing, but they be acting like Donald Trump is the savior and everything that he's doing, no president has done before. I'll admit he's a bold president. He's one of the boldest that I've met when it comes to his rhetoric, but part of his boldness is because of who he is. He doesn't really have any respect for anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's been proven through tapes we've heard, how he treats people, he makes fun of the disabled, and things of that nature. So I just can't, I'm not a fan of that. I don't care how many policies you do that might be favorable to some people. I mean, I salute it if it's favorable to the population, some form of population. If you make a policy that's favorable to them, I'll salute that. But I still can't salute you as president.
Yeah.
But people support him, and it's a shame in my eyes. How you feel about it?
Like, honestly, I don't know about Trump. Sometimes, I can't even say sometimes because I've always been, I'm sorry to say this, Trump, I know if I say something, whatever, but I've always been against your way of thinking. And I just think maybe you're just a bit aggressive. And right now, I don't know, but sometimes you do things like that to hide things, and you act like if nothing happened. Every time somebody brings something up towards about you, it's like you were never there.
Right.
And whatever it is, and it's common sense. Like, there's so many things that is literally common sense, and I don't understand why you have so many excuses to hide things. Now I know why my friends always, you always have so many excuses. Yeah, because, listen, I know what you're doing. I think sneaky, no sneaky. But my whole thing is that, I don't know, it's setting up with you, and it's going to come out some way, somehow. There's not something that you're going to be able to cover it up like how you've always been doing, covering up everything. Everything that come out, no, John, it wasn't done. Nobody saw nothing. So now the world has to think different. See, Donald Trump wasn't there.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, but I don't know. I just hope maybe your excuses are right or wrong. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. So
the whole political system is a dog and pony show, and I think Trump is the ringleader. He's the big old cowboy in the middle of the dog and pony show. They have the Democrats over here, that's the dog. No, the Republicans are the dog. They're not elephants, they're dogs, right? And the Democrats are the ponies, which they are. That's the symbol for the Democrats, and it's a dog and pony show, and Trump is the cowboy.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, the trumpeteers can continue blowing their kazoos and singing howdy.
I feel bad for his wife.
And wearing their MAGA hats and, you know, and feeling dandy about themselves because there's been no proven collusion. But that doesn't change who Trump is and what that man stands for. And, you know, and I think 2020 he'll be out of here. People saying he has a strong base. They saying that, you know, they're going to come out for him again. He has a stranglehold on, you know, this and that.
I
say
I
2020,
personally
he's
know
outta
a lot
here.
of Trump lovers. You know,
Out of here.
When I see the significance and how they're like, oh, he's doing the right thing, and this, that, and the third. But then I look at them per se, and they're kind of similar to his mindset thinking, and they don't know too much about the world, and I guess they kind of like underestimate a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
God forgive me for even saying it, but these are like little things that I've kind of noticed for the people that do follow and agree with his actions and motives or whatever. But then again, there are some people that do agree with him also. Let me give them the benefit of the doubt also. But they just kind of like don't see the aggression in him and feel like he's just doing it to be, you know, have a little bit of authority, and people need to get a little stronger. And yeah, I can see that part, that people need to build a strength and whatever that is. But there's a lot of things that he shouldn't have done in life, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. His dad passed money down. Money been passed down through the family for generations, like most white people have. That's part of the privilege of being, you know, having land that was denied to African Americans and having everything accessible to you after slavery. You know, when Jim Crow laws came into effect and vagrants laws, where people were able to, white people were able to own property and build businesses, and when black people did that, they burned it down, like they did in Oklahoma. To that thriving community, when people have their own bus companies and own businesses, dry cleaning stores, and all the above. I don't want to misquote the town, but it was Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. A black community that was thriving, that was bombed, burned, people killed just because it was a thriving black community. But Donald Trump came from that privilege of being able to build wealth from his father, you know, and stuff like that.
So yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
He's not self-made, basically. You know what I mean?
He acts like he's self-made. You're not self-made. Your family.
And he kind of like okay. So now, by you saying that, like, he needs to understand there's a big struggle out there, and people aren't taught certain things that he was taught, so they're not gonna do certain things that he expects them to do.
Right.
You know.
But again, Trump comes from that privilege, and he made his money grow. So I respect that. I don't think the man is dumb. Like I said, I already told you what I think. I have to keep repeating myself. But yeah, man. So, you know, like I said, the muted fraud is out, and no collusion, and that's that. So we'll continue to watch the Dog and Pony show and see what else comes out. Also, what's going on? Actually, we're gonna take a short break. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to a surprise video for you. We're not gonna tell you what it is, but you just stay tuned, check this fire out, and me and Chloe will be right back at the BX show. You heard?
And his fastest brands internet provider.
Yo. What? Yo, you lying, my nigga. Yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. Hey, yo, this some crazy shit. Yo, hold up. You say you're serious? Hey, yo, B. I'm calling your workout, my nigga, but yo, I just got the call. Some crazy shit happened, bro.
What's that?
Your boy Neighborhood Nip, nigga, saw we got shot up in front of his store, be in front of the Marathon store, my nigga.
Cuz good though, ain't he?
Now, I don't know, bro. They talking about the nigga got hit 6 times. They talking about 5 to the body, 1 to the head. Word, nigga just called me. I was cutting this nigga hair, B. Shit crazy, my nigga.
Shit.
Yeah. Okay, that was it.
Yeah, this one goes out to the low Nipsey hustle. Your life will live on through me, cuz. Can't stop, won't stop. Coke rib. Last time that I checked, I got 100 goons in the jacks, committing crime in every aspect. Last time that I checked on the block, that's the hood that I rep. Valet there, that is where you get left. Last time that I checked, I'm the new voice of the X. Come at me, then you better come correct. Last time that I checked, first I got the tourist and the tech, then the gauge and AK came next. Last time that I checked, first off, y'all niggas talking to the feds, so the niggas in the hood to put an auction on your head. And I don't like rats, so just for a portion of the bread, my mini 14 I had you walking with the dead. First off, you ain't never been a shooter. Me, I moved through the hood with a Beretta and a Ruger. Find me with a G's beat, a nigga with an attitude. My heart's an ice cube, so you need to be easy. First off, you getting on my last nerve. Shoot first, no questions, I don't need the last word. Talking about the bands that you got, then it's jack time. Leave the crib, you coming back broke like a cracked spine. Both got guns, only difference I clap mine. Enough said, turn your rough edge to a flat line. Fucking with Rucc, that'll be your worst loss. So when I step on the block, you better be last time that I checked, I got 100 goons in the jacks, committing crime in every aspect. Last time that I checked on the block, that's the hood that we rep. Valet there, that is where you get left. Last time that I checked, I'm the new voice of the X. Come at me, then you better come correct. Last time that I checked, first I got the tourist and the tech, then the gauge and AK came next. Last time that I checked, niggas that I roll with are killers in the whole shit. Nobody out for self, my whole clique trying to grow rich. Plus I don't wanna throw bricks, but I got the spirit of a hustler in my bones, like a fiend when he's dope sick, a family man. But damn, I need bands, and I love getting 500 grams to expand. Plus I exercise caution. On top of that, I only work with the highest bidders, got connects on auction. Flossing, I'm groomed to be immune to extortion. Don't need money clips, paper stacks, don't contortion. And pussy comes often, even way before I had riches. I've been in and out of bitches like abortion. A boss and a general, chief and a leader, scientific money making, dope baking in the beaker, beats quaking in the speaker. You ain't even gotta hate, cause we can take it to the streets and get it shaking like last time that I checked, I got 100 goons in the jacks, committing crime in every aspect. Last time that I checked on the block, that's the hood that I rep. Valet there, that is where you get left. Last time that I checked, I'm the new voice of the X. Come at me, then you better come correct. Last time that I checked, first I got the tourist and the tech, then the gauge and AK came next. Last time that I checked.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? We back. It's the BX show. You already know what it is. It's your boy Dotmannn, Chloe by my side, and we back live in the building. So as you were just talking about topics in the world, R.I.P. Nip, and we talked a little bit about the Bueller report and the shenanigans going on with that just coming out. And we're going to go into a little bit about what you think we should go into, the Catholic Church, the Notre Dame Catholic Church.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Being set on fire. Pardon me, to set on fire, but yeah, being on fire.
Yeah, it's sad because every time I hear it, I think of the movie that I saw growing up or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was so sacred to them. In France, like they had like this big thing for them, and they actually they sponsored or donated up to $1 billion just to fix up the whole church.
The church, right.
Yeah, it started off with some guy. It was the guy from Louis Vuitton, the owner of Louis Vuitton or whatever. He put down $100 million, and then it started increasing to $250 million.
Yeah, because they're Catholic.
Yeah, and not only that, but like from everybody around the whole area started donating.
Right.
And the last I heard, it reached up to 1 billion euros.
No, I heard that as well, and that's I'm glad you said that, because that's going to lead into what I'm saying. First, there was reports that there were statues that was removed from the top. I don't know how true that is. So if I don't even have no fact, I don't like to speak on things that's conspiracy theory, so to speak. But there was reports that there was statue removed from the top of it. But I'll still go further and just say this: personally, nothing is an accident. There was no construction on the church, and I just feel there's always a bigger picture. I'm not going to dive too much into my beliefs, but I just think that maybe it was set intentionally.
Ooh, now that you say that, because you said something was taken, and then right before you said that, I'm just like, but why would they want to take something? And then I'm just like,
there were statues removed from the top.
I didn't know that.
There was reports. Like I said, there was reports. Something I saw reported on the internet. I don't know how accurate it is. But I can believe that.
Yeah, we gotta see what's up with that because.
But even regardless to believing that, I just wanted to speak that there was a report, there was an article regarding that. But I just wanted to say, from my personal belief, that nothing's by accident when it comes to that. We know the history of the Catholic Church and things relating to that. And, we're not going to knock it. I mean, the fire's fire. I don't think anyone got hurt. So, thankful for that.
Yeah.
But I just think there's a bigger picture to that whole thing and how quick money was donated to that. You know what I'm saying? By the elite. Reaching $1 billion. You see what, in a day or two, it reached $1 billion, and that's a perfect segue going into the recent black churches that were bombed that I don't think even raised $1 million up to that date. Now, I've heard there's reports that money's starting to pour in now. I think people have woke up like, oh, what's going on? They just let this place raise $1 billion, or this iconic place of worship just raised $1 billion, and we have these 3 historical black churches that were bombed by a white guy, a sheriff's son, to be exact. So it's just amazing when you look at the difference, between, we know how big the Catholic whole religion is, and we know how much money that comes with, and the whole historical relevance that holds to their participants.
I'm reminded of Zeitgeist right now. By you talking like this, it's crazy.
No, because it's deep. Because it's deep stuff. So, but leading to, like, the black churches, I don't think, as I said, raised $1 million up to that date. And I don't know who to even blame for that. Can we look to the white population or to, people of other religions to come to the rescue of the black churches? Or should you look to other black churches that have millions of dollars? There's churches out here, in Atlanta and Georgia, that have congregations in the thousands, and these pastors are driving Bentleys and stuff like that. And if it's about the church, it's about God. These 3 historical black churches that were burned, for them to get rebuilt and renovated can't be that much money, definitely not in the billions. You know what I'm saying? So my question is just why? That's something to think about, and that goes back to us not sticking together, not really being about us.
Messed up my head, because now we got a lot to think about. That was crazy.
No, listen, let me read this report real quick about the fire at the Notre Dame, a Catholic icon, Paris. A symbol of Paris, a triumph of Gothic architecture, and one of the most visited monuments in the world. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is a beloved icon for millions across the globe. But for many in this largely Catholic country, especially for the most faithful, the medieval masterpiece is a sacred space that serves as a spiritual as well as a cultural heart of France. Now, so it was burned Monday during Holy Week. Now, it was burned Monday during Holy Week, so this is Holy Week. It's happened to be burned. Now, just listen to that. Which precedes Easter. Parishioners gathered on the other side of the scene, embers blowing onto their heads, praying, crying, as they sought fellowship in their shared disbelief. As night fell, people clutched flickering candles, still praying as orca plumes of smoke billowed in the dimming sky, and the sound of hymns filled the air. So I guess that was the mood after the
Who's the person that has access to the money once it's donated?
To donate to where?
To the Notre Dame.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who was like in charge of that fund. Right. It's probably the church. It's probably the church fund or whatever like that. But you want names.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, it's definitely the church. The archbishop, so to speak, and those people in those positions that run the church.
Because they're gonna be the ones that has something to do with it. If that is something that we have to.
No, if you want to look into that, no, absolutely, no, it's extremely.
Or not even the construction workers, because the construction workers.
But it's just,
they were paid to do it.
Yeah, it's just during Holy, how convenient,
they were like renovating already.
Yeah. And then, and mind you, this happened after the black churches, so there was uproar about the black churches, even though, like I said, there wasn't a significant amounts of money donated or raised to fix them, but it was uproar because they found out that a white guy who was a sheriff's son, a sheriff who was supposed to be paid to uphold the law. This is a sheriff, the guy who's supposed to be upholding the law, doing right from wrong, teaching his kids right from wrong. Listen, I'm a sheriff, man. I uphold the law, so I'm gonna raise you up to be the same. Now, how's this kid a racist? He wants to burn black churches up. He was taught that. That wasn't him just being him.
Yeah.
Now this is a sheriff, and it goes even deeper than that. So it's just crazy, and it's a shame that a place like both of the historical, the Notre Dame Church, but black church is historical to people in a minority, in minorities in the urban community. Is just as important as the Catholic church is to Catholics. You know what I'm saying? People who practice that religion. So, and let me read a little bit about that. Louisiana authorities arrested 21-year-old Holden Matthews on Wednesday night in connection with a series of 3 fires allegedly set at historical black churches in the Landry Parish over the course of 10 days. Now, over the course of 10 days, this guy was just bombing different black churches. He just went on a rampage. So, as I said, simple arson for each fire. Now, it's going to say that police allege Matthews struck St. Mary's Baptist in Port Barrow on March 26th, the Greater Union Baptist Church on April 2nd, and Mount Pleasant Baptist in the Ovalasas on April 4th. The fire
So
brought
there's
down
like
walls.
5 churches.
Yeah, let me finish reading these 2 paragraphs. The fire brought down walls and reduced much of the church's interiors to rubble. Though no one was hurt, investigators say they found suspicious elements in each case. They have declined to identify a motive. They declined. Okay, that don't mean they don't have one, but they declined to identify a motive. The FBI and the ATF have been assisting local law enforcement in the investigation. There was also a 4th fire, which investigators believe had been intentionally set at a predominantly white church in the parish 3 hours away on March 31st. But it's unclear whether this case is connected with the others. So
No, that's another one. I'm
That's
talking about
another
St.
one.
Patrick.
And they saying,
It
white
just
church.
happened the day before
And
yesterday.
you're saying St. Patrick, I gotta look that up. I
Yeah,
actually,
look it up here. I'll show you right now.
Yeah, look it
St.
up
Patrick
and see what's going
Cathedral.
on.
This happened the day before yesterday, right after the Notre Dame.
yes, it's a lot going
So
on
it's
with
like,
churches,
it's kinda
man,
weird.
with,
It just bugs me out with all
just
these churches.
With religion, there's a lot of people rebelling against religion, and there's fires being set for other means and other intentions, but there's a lot of people that's rebelling against religion, because religion separates people so much, and it has people like zombies, and in itself, there's a lot of people out here are kind of waking up spiritually within themselves.
See, like it says right here, New Jersey man charged with marching into St. Patrick Cathedral with cans of gas. And this was just 3 hours ago posted.
Really?
Yeah.
Until you're reading what's going on with that?
Man arrested with gas cans and lighters in St. Patrick Cathedral is a philosophy teacher.
Right.
They don't have too much of the story yet because it just recently happened.
Wow.
But this is what's basically happened.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, and then look how weird is this. And he bought a ticket to go to Italy.
Right.
Where are you going to Italy? And that's not that far from France where that Notre Dame thing happened. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird, man. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of different variables and reasons why these churches are getting burned. But I just think that it's a shame that a sheriff's son, supposed to be raised better than that, bombs black, feels to have a grudge on his soldier. An axe to grind with black churches where people go to worship, and the Notre Dame church. I just feel that it's more than the eye can see with that fire being set. It's on construction, ongoing construction. Fire just sets out of nowhere during Holy Week. A whole bunch of media coverage, and they get $1 billion.
Yeah.
How convenient. How convenient.
It's like something's gonna happen now. Like,
Yeah.
with these other churches. I don't know. It's a lot.
So yeah, man, it's deep out here, man. Y'all gotta stay woke and don't stay broke out here, because it's real, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been real. The conversation's been real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do. We really want y'all to definitely go check out the YouTube pages on the Block Studios and our other YouTube page, Rose's Concrete Jungle. We post the episodes on both of those pages, so you have a choice. Go watch them on both. It's been a beautiful thing.
Yes, and we out of here.
We out of here. You know what it is. Oh, hold on. No, we ain't going nowhere. Hold on. What did I tell you earlier? I told you we might have a special guest, right? Look who popped in the building. It's the old Jizzle. The old Jizzle Rucc. How you feeling, sir?
Staying focused, out the way and out of trouble, man.
Good. I told the people you might come too, man. You ain't meet my co-host. This is my co-host, Chloe. Let me make it official. This is OG Rucc. I told you might come. What's going on, brother?
Regular, trying to finish this video up.
Yeah, you supposed to shoot a video tonight. You did that yet, or you?
Not yet.
yet.
In a few.
You working?
About to end that thing, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Put it out there for the people.
Yeah. I'm glad you can make it, man. For y'all that don't know, this is my homie. Let's just get that straight up. grew up together
Back,
from the
back.
hood, back, you know, the whole fam, vice versa. So this is my guy, man. That's first and foremost, man. Got a great story, talented dude. We're gonna talk about it. So, give us a little history, man. Where you from? Where you grew up? Let the people know, man.
You already know.
Where you from,
Bronx,
man?
New York, Patterson Projects, 143rd, Morrison
Yeah.
3rd.
P-Ville, Pattersonville, never ran, never will. If you don't know now, you know. I think you
Yes.
know, though, man. Wow. What was it like growing up in Pattersonville, my friend?
Oh man, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A little hectic, a lot of
Yeah.
drama.
Yes. Being in
But
the
I
hood.
loved it. I loved that hood, man. I loved it
Absolutely.
a lot, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of drama. You know, most hoods have drama, man. You know, you got the jealousy, you got the drugs, you got everybody trying to do their thing. I mean, how were you able to maintain? Like,
I wasn't able to maintain. That's the
Really?
part, though.
Right. All right. No. People see the blue. Let's get this right. People see the blue. They see the blue do ready. See,
Yeah.
let me call it. And no disrespect. I know they disrespect you. I know you're gonna salute it. The Nipsey blue. People
Yeah,
see the
okay,
nip
the
blue.
nip blue.
So you rep that C.
Yes, all day,
Rep
every
that
day.
C.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
How long you were repping the C, man? C dog.
Technically since like 1992.
Wow.
Had a cousin came from California. We was young, man.
Right.
And it was a strange thing. He just said like, he threw up some hand signs like, you know what this is? It's like, nah.
Right.
At that time he was rolling 60. He said, that's rolling 60, cuz.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Right.
I said, all right, that's what we are.
Right.
But as I developed and grew into my own, I'm for a trade gangster. I'm a whole different set now. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
But
introduction was Rolling 60s.
Yeah,
So you
Rolling
had the set here in New York was Rolling 60s at the same time. So when your cousin came, it was the same set. Kind of
Yeah,
like, right?
yeah,
As far
yeah.
as- right. Wow. Wow. So what's the set now? Full Trey?
for a trade.
Full Trey, Beauty the Gangster?
Yeah, I like it because it fit where I live. 143rd got the 4 and 3 on that street sign where I live.
Right,
You know what I'm
ooh.
saying? So it's
Lit.
like for a trade gangster.
Lit. What's like, if you can, what's the difference like with Four Trey? Like, would it be a problem with Rolling 60s and Four Trey? Like, would they have issues or like, what's the difference?
All right, I'm gonna give you.
If you can, is it a difference?
It's
For people that don't know?
Now this gets real complicated.
Right, but
I'm gonna tell you this is why I love my
as simple as you
set.
can make, Rick. As
That's
simple
why
as
I
you can
love
make
my
it.
set because you have Rolling 60s, a neighborhood. The trades, you got 8 Trey, 4 Trey, Avalon Gangsters. Yo, you got a whole bunch of gangsters. They 3 times.
Right.
So the neighborhoods in the 3 times generally don't get along. They
Wow.
supposed to be enemies.
Okay.
But my set embraced rolling 60s, rolling 90s, East Coast, all the other sets that the other trades don't like.
Wow, that's a
Because-
difference. That is a difference.
We from the beginning, overlooked, but from the beginning, people
Right.
look at 8 Trade more than anything because they made
Right.
a whole lot of noise.
Right.
So
Right.
4 Trades overlooked, but they the first trade set on the scene.
Wow.
You had
Wow.
East Coast Crips, you had West Coast Crips. That's in California. The
Right.
West side of California, East side of California.
Right.
And out of those two, out of the East Coast Crips, came out the East Side 4 Trade Gangsters. That's the
Wow.
first set on the East side of California that come
Wow.
out. So that's
Wow.
why we embrace everybody because we
Deep.
was there from the beginning.
Wow.
So we don't feel no need to be tripping on.
Right.
Let alone, you know what I'm saying, to be tripping on Bloods, but to be tripping on a person who represents
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, that's why I said it's a little complicated, different, but we
No.
embrace Rolling 60.
No, you explained that eloquently. You kind of explained that how my man from The Daily Show, what's my man name from The Daily Show? You know what I'm talking about, The Daily Show? He took over for Jon Stewart, the guy from Africa. It's a perfect reference how you just explained that. I'm sure Chloe got a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, I don't want to say I'm intimidated, but I'm from
It's
Soundview.
just something to
I'm
Oh,
from
that's from the
Soundview,
view,
so for
sex,
me to
money,
even
murder.
say,
Oh wow, that's real. That's real.
I
Right.
ain't got no beef.
You've been
I'm
around the
not
red.
fucking like-
You've been around the red.
I've been
Bloods.
around it. I'm not.
From Soundview,
You
not
know
the
what I
same,
mean?
but that's
Just
you live in
my hood.
a blood
I
set.
always rap it, and you know, I now I see the difference because I'm not really around like Crip niggas, you know, whatever you
Yeah.
call it. And it's just like I kind of like the color. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
The
that
color's
blue is
nice.
beautiful.
Yes, yeah,
And,
love the
you know,
blue.
it's different for me, and I don't know, like I don't know too much detail, and I don't even know the detail of the other ones, but
Right.
that's cool to actually see, you know, the different rap, you know what I mean, like a different side of another game, you know
Absolutely,
what I mean? Because growing
absolutely.
up, I've always seen red and yellow sometimes because the Latin
Kings,
whatever.
right.
But that's cool.
But let me bake your noodle a little bit further.
Yeah.
When it
you're
comes to
intimidating.
SLN, out of every blood, now I'm in
But
a
it's
loop
good
with a
thing you have a
lot
strong
of.
persona, you know what I mean?
Nice,
So I
thank
can
you.
feel that energy that you're a strong-minded person.
Yeah,
Right.
listen,
So, you know.
I'm in the loop with a lot of big
Yeah.
homies that's blood. But when it comes to SLM, that's my family. Literally, I was upstate. Like, if you a Crip, you go upstate, you go out to the big yard, it's gonna be like you, 2 other Crips, and 40 Bloods. You outnumbered that much.
Wow.
I see you have an accent.
I get around. Like the late great Tupac.
What's up, yo? I
Tell
heard
me about it.
Malaysia.
Yeah, that's the new thing that's going on.
Beyonce?
Tupac is alive. They got evidence and all of that.
Right.
Remember what I told you about Easy
Nah.
E, right? No, it's not.
Official. Now, yeah, actually, you actually, before, I got to ask you some more questions related to the gang. I think that's definitely an interesting topic, man. You sound very informed. People know it's official just from how you're speaking. You got a big family. Tell us about how big's your family. How many siblings you have?
Oh, I gotta do some math now.
I know you're a big family.
Carry the 4. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna.
That you know of.
I'm guesstimate like I probably got about like 17. I know I got 5 sisters, but I think I got like 17 brothers and like 3 possibles. Like it's that it's serious. But no, like
It's a large family.
Like and we roll together like.
No. I know about 8 of them.
See what I'm saying?
7. And they all boys. No, I know 2 girls, I think. I know a girl, or everybody.
You gotta know Chantel from she lived in Montana.
Absolutely. I know that's what I'm saying. I know a girl. So I know about 6 of the boys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
Easily. So that's why I know it's a large family. So I want y'all to know that.
They say-
How was it growing up
they say
with
mother and
that
father?
family?
No, it's you know it's hood.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Daddy get around,
You know what I'm saying? But to us, it doesn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? We
Absolutely.
together, and that's just that. They call us the Low Brothers back in the hood. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because all of us got a Low name. I
Absolutely.
was young when it started, so they called me Little Low. Then you got the brother that's we see eye to eye. They call him Mad Low.
Right.
You got my brother Solo. He used to always be by himself most of the time.
Right.
You got Rob Low. That's the like the actor. He's the pretty boy of the crew.
Right.
You got C Low. He liked to play dice. You got
Right.
Ant Low, he was the extreme gangster. In
Right.
fact, he doing 37 to life right now. That's how serious he was.
Oh
with
yeah,
him.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Down low, low temp, my sister Kilo, like it
All
was-
of them got low names. It's
Yeah.
really though. All of them got low names.
Really.
There's no in the hood growing up. They all had the low names. So it's crazy. You had a large family.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got my daughter in the cut right now somewhere over there. She ain't got a low name yet though, but I'm working
She
on
coming.
that.
The low. Definitely.
She
Oh,
little
the
low right now, right? Little
She could be the new Little Low, like she got my name.
Little
Like
Low.
my government name is Randy, her name is Randy. You can see her on the gram, her name is Tsunami Rucc, my name is OG Rucc. So, that's
So she's tsunami low. Nah.
Yo, super dope. Yeah, yo, super dope, man. Yo, so how you feel about, we talked about the Nip situation today, man, you know, how he's been touching people's heart and stuff like that, regardless if people was up on his music to the point of super fans and what they was up on his business endeavors and what kind of person he was, you know, from all the interviews and stuff like that.
Right.
How you feel about the gangs uniting right now, man, and stuff like that? You know, guys are tying red flags together, blue flags together, having rallies and telling the people, listen, it's about uniting and stuff like that. How you feel? How that make you feel, man?
Especially in New York, because in like 1992, like April 1992, they did it in California. They said, all right, we're going to bring all this stuff together. And for the most part, like if anybody knew what was going on in Los Angeles at that time,
Right.
it was like off the hook. So even though it still
With
goes
the
down,
gangbanging. With the
yeah,
gangbanging.
even though it still goes down here and there, it's a lot better than it used to be. That's why you can see they rappers, they get together, they do songs
Absolutely.
together, they
That's
do
what
too much
gangs cool with
smoke.
Snoop and you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And just, you know.
So New York
Separate.
got the gangs,
Absolutely.
and they went off the old Los Angeles and said, oh, we gonna do what they used to do, like in the movies and all that.
Right.
I'm Blood, I see a Crip, I'm gonna clap him. I'm Crip, I see a Blood, I'm gonna smoke him.
Right.
That's how it was, you know what I'm saying? So right now in New York, I hope it lasts. It's a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing though.
Absolutely. And I said the same thing. I was like, it makes no sense to have this so much love and stuff after like Nipsey touch everybody to make them coming together. You know, we talk about how dudes dies every day, but if it took Nips to be so senseless, what he was about, it'd be a shame for next month dudes to start set tripping, so to speak, again, right?
Right.
If we gonna come together, I'm like, it could be really all the way up. They gotta understand it. You see the fear in their eyes now.
Yeah,
Just look
yeah.
to me, you see the fear in their eyes, so to speak. Just look at what's going on. They see a unification. They don't want that, man. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I know that you pride yourself on that too about unification because it's all about us being together as colored people, man,
Yeah,
minorities
yeah.
and shit like that, man.
Yeah.
Nah, super dope, man. Super dope. So now let's get to the music. Let's get to the music. What you got going on? What's the you got an album coming? You got to drop a single. You got a video you about to do. But what's the plan as far as music right now for you? And let people. You just touched, right? How long you been home?
Man, more math.
So-
Carry the 4. I came home December 6th.
Of last year.
Yeah, December
Right.
6th last
So they ain't been
year.
long. Like
Nah,
the dude just touched. So let's get that straight. So he just touched. Ain't been out here like putting work in. So right now the plan is really to go to the top. So now back to the question at hand. What's the plan for the? You got a project coming? What's going on?
Yeah, right now it's a little dedication. This is a digression of what I intended because of the Nipsey Hussle situation. You know what I'm saying? So I said my favorite song from him was The Last Time That I Checked.
Yeah.
And being that I was in the pen for such a long time and I'm just coming out of nowhere, like
Yeah.
I'm coming out the blue, like not
Dope,
too long,
dope.
but I'm
Absolutely.
spitting on
That's
bars.
too
You know
mean.
what I'm
Too
saying?
mean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming out the blue. Rep that C, that blue. But coming out the blue. It's,
Yeah.
it's you know it's an acronym for coming out of nowhere. I'm
Yeah.
coming out of nowhere on y'all for the
It's
most part.
spitting
Right?
crazy, like
Now super dope, man. Super dope coming out the blue. I guess that's gonna be what, a SoundCloud mixtape.
yeah. Whatever,
That
like-
Pips, wherever, all
Yeah.
media outlets. Absolutely, man.
Yes, all platforms.
Absolutely. Yo, listen, man, we appreciate you stopping in, man. We know you're busy. I'm glad you was able to come. You said you came. We was about to wrap up the show before you
Yeah,
came, man.
that's
You
crazy.
came. I
Man,
appreciate
yeah.
you, bro. Like I said, this is my guy. We grew up,
Yes.
just came home. Glad he came home. Safe and sound. He out here touched this music thing. Y'all know I do the music, so me and him will be doing something special
Yes,
as
that
well.
track
Let me
gotta
put
be
that in out
fire,
there.
man.
Let me put that out there. So that's a fact too, but man, OG Rugby, official tissue. We appreciate you,
Yeah.
dog. It's the BX show, and we
Yeah.
out of here. Dotmannn, Chloe, OG Rizzo.